Hello Internet, I'm Dan.
I'm Chas. This is the Wine is Serious Business Show, episode 107. We're here with another guest.
Yep, this is Joey Shearer. He's been a fan for quite a while, and we're really excited to get one of the people who's been watching the show for a good chunk of time on to talk about wines with us on the show. So why don't you tell us about what you like to drink and kind of what got you into wine?
I was just saying, kind of my introduction, luckily enough for me, to Oregon Pinot was through Vineyards, and can't ask for much more than that really as an introduction to wine, let alone Oregon
Absolutely.
wine. And I was kind of got into wine a little bit more 4 or 5 years ago, and found your videos and started engaging with you. Ran into Dan a couple times at tastings, so thanks for having me.
Just keep it, yeah, totally. Should be fun. So getting back kind of into our main focus here, we got some 2009 Pinot Noirs from Oregon, and these are all current releases. You go to your shop right now, you get a hold of the wineries, this is what they've got for sale right now. I know some 2010s are coming out, but these are the current releases for these wineries right now. Wine number one, this is something Joey brought, so why don't you tell us about it?
This is a 2009 Bethel Heights estate grown Pinot Noir, and excuse me, it's a blend. They kind of make a lot of block designate Pinot Noirs.
They do a lot of single vineyard stuff.
Yeah, this is a blend of all their estate. It's 100% Willamette Hills, and this is probably my second favorite AVA next to Dundee Hills, and these are one of like the oldest guys there. So
I think I'm kind of with you on that. I haven't really solidified my second, but I'm definitely leaning towards it. Like some of the little Southern Willamette Valley stuff.
Yeah.
Been really warm.
Tossing out Yamhill Carlton. I thought you were.
I like it, but Yolamite's kind of been creeping up.
It is. Yeah, it has. Yolamite makes some good stuff. Smells delicious.
yeah.
Good, like full ripe cherries, a little bit of leathery note underneath things there.
Yeah,
a little bit of dirt.
It was like I was gonna say chocolate, but it's not chocolate. But there's really bright like strawberry fruit, some cherries.
I get like a little warm kind of spice note too. Could be flowery.
Totally see that.
Spice.
Yeah.
Cool nose. Smells nice.
Yeah, friendly. Friendly on the palate too. Cherry fruit showing right away. Juicy raspberries, not like the sharp acidic raspberries so much, but just like the fruity part of it.
Good amount of acidity carrying the fruit up. Tannins are on the lighter side for sure, but the body is really nice on the wine. It's very gentle on the palate.
I think it's pretty balanced. I hadn't really tasted this before, but I think I actually like it a little bit more than the 2008. It seems a little bit more balanced.
Yeah, the 08 has some firm tannins. Every time I've tasted it a few times. It's like, man, it's a strong wine.
Oh, you're familiar with this. I'm not. Yeah, I don't even really have an opinion on it, so that's good information. I guess.
Yeah, this is a more gentle wine. I like it.
A little bit of grapefruit flavors kind of on the finish, and like he was saying with the acidity, I really like how it sits in, and the balance is there already.
Yeah.
Like this is super drinkable.
I like it. Like balance between acid and tannin kind of gives it a nice finish.
Absolutely, and the more I'm drinking it, the more the tannins are sort of sticking, to the sides of the tongue and the cheeks. So they're definitely there, but yeah, totally balanced to the fruit. So, cool wine.
What was price point on this?
I think you can find it around town for 24, 26
Okay,
bucks.
just over. Oh, right in line with the other ones then too. That's perfect.
88 points for me. It's delicious, balanced, a nice effort. So.
Yeah, I'd say B plus, A minus kind of range.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 88 plus too. Digging it, and yeah, delivers really well at the price point. I think where this is really strong too is I think it would please a lot of people, right? There's some good Pinot Noir character, but it's not like over the top in any one aspect.
Absolutely. All right. What are we drinking next? The Raptor Ridge.
This is the Raptor Ridge, 2009. It's Willamette Valley designate, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Willamette Valley designate. This is something that I've been aware of the winery for a while, and try a couple things here and there. Nothing had really jumped out at me. Had a glass pour of this recently, and I was like, wow, this is nice. Again, we're talking about wines right in the low $20 price point. Enjoyed it, and then thought that'd be something worth sharing with you guys on a show at some point. So, kind of hoping it holds up today, and we'll see what these guys think too.
Yeah, I've been seeing this wine around a little bit more.
I don't think I've ever had any of their Pinots, or if I have, it's been a long time. I remember having, I think, a Syrah from them. I think they make some Southern Oregon stuff.
Interesting.
But
is that true?
Yeah.
from the winery?
Think
You got Raptor Ridge Syrah? Let us know. Let us know.
Do some cellar trackering after this. See if I'm gonna eat my shoe.
A little more earthy here, and kind of like some mushrooms on the nose. Dark cherries again, a little strawberry.
Little gaminess almost.
Oh yeah, totally. That's a little more accurate than mushrooms, I think. Actually, yeah. Like
I'll pick up on the mushrooms as well. It's definitely a little earth. The earthy component is stronger than the last one.
That's nice.
Yeah. Instead of fresher flavors like the last one, like older, sort of older cherries, older fruit.
that carries through pretty directly on the palate. Again,
Yeah.
like really balanced and approachable right away. Good structure that sits kind of gently. It's not, it would never be described as big, right? It's just like gentle, approachable, also very friendly.
The fruit here is a bit easier, whereas it was like a little more on the tart side with the Bethel Heights. Like this seems almost, I don't want to say candified, but it's got sort of like a sweet tart component or a candy component to it, along with the fruit, like a sweetness. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's definitely darker than the Bethel Heights. But yeah, it's nice.
More intense fruit. I like it. But yeah, not more juicy and fruit forward than the Bethel Heights for sure.
Dries a little more fully with the acidity on the back end too. Not a whole lot, you know, not a whole lot going on with that, but I'm feeling a little bit.
There's a considerable amount of weight on the palate.
Yeah, and that suggestion really planted. Like I am really getting a gamey note on, you know, just sitting in the center of the palate, kind of like venison or duck or something like that, or a little more of that like earthy, savory.
I'm getting a little bit more heat on this one too, on the finish than the Bethel Heights.
It's warm. Yeah, definitely not as balanced as last one, but definitely what's the word I'm looking for? Like just more of a this happens. No, this happens when I'm tired as shit. It's crowd pleasing.
Yeah,
That's the style. There's a crowd pleasing style is sort of like a very easy fruit. The acidity sort of plays second fiddle. The tannins are definitely in the background on this one. Don't even hardly make an appearance. But that said, the fruit is delicious. It's like super easy and approachable. It's kind of got this sweet edge to it that I like. A little hotter though. But overall, nice package. 87 points. You know.
Yeah, I'd say B plus for me.
and I'm edging. I'm like right between there. I think I'm gonna go 88 minus. I'm still enjoying it, and at the price point, solid.
Yeah.
So.
Great introduction to their wine for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad at all. Man, all these wines. What was the Bethel Heights alcohol percentage? 13.6. Okay, so 14.5 I think on this one, and 14.4 and 14.5 on 6 Vineyards.
And the next wine here is the 6 Vineyards from Lemelson, and this is like their entry-level Pinot Noir. And this is something that's kind of been one of my go-to sort of bargain Pinot Noirs, right? I'd say like around 20, just under 20 bucks. That's, you know, there's not a whole lot of really solid stuff out there at this price point.
Very consistent year to year.
Yeah. You know, not necessarily as far as flavors go, but it's consistently a solid bottle.
Yeah, quality.
Yeah.
Quality range.
Another cool thing about them, they do a lot to help out local nonprofits in Portland too.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only other time I think I've had Lemelson is at like 1,000 Friends of Oregon.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's a big supporter of them, I think.
Yeah, so that's great. Yep. So for those of you who like to, you know, support businesses that support the community, these are some great guys to look into.
One thing I've noticed about 2009, it's really weird. Like some bottles will be 14.5, 14.6, 14.2, and then you've got stuff that's 13.0, 12.8 in some places. I don't know.
When you hope that they're being 100% honest with those.
Right.
With
Absolutely.
those numbers, yeah.
I haven't tried placing like the percentages to where they are on the map. It'd be kind of interesting thing to do, yeah. Maybe it's just a weather pattern thing in the Willamette Valley.
Getting some cool cranberry notes on this. A little bit of like tree bark too. Like a little bit of the, you know, like oak or stems kind of showing through.
It's not as strong on the nose as the Raptor Ridge. The Raptor Ridge seemed a
Right.
little easier for me to comprehend. This is
I'm getting a little bit more.
step back.
A little bit more of that kind of, not quite as intense as the Raptor Ridge, but a little bit of that gaminess, or a little bit of that earth or leather kind of component.
Cranberries and tart cherries really on the nose. It's not much. Fair.
Yeah, a little more direct, nose-wise. Yeah, really straightforward on the palate too, man. Just like even texture, smooth across.
Yeah, kind of like hear people describe that linear kind of palate, and this is really coming across that adjective for me.
And definitely tart fruit here. Not as soft or as sweet as the Raptor Ridge. Like this is definitely more like young cherries, young raspberries, and then maybe a hint of like some sort of citrus on the finish. But
Yeah.
not much. Just very, very straightforward linear on the palate.
You can tell there's just a touch of oak kind of softening things up, but I wouldn't describe this as an oaky wine at all.
Right.
Alcohol's not showing to me so much. You guys picking much up there?
No,
Yeah, so it's pretty well integrated with that, I think.
I really like that. It's maybe not as complex as the other two, but it's really easy and it's really nice. It's very pleasant to drink.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and I think it'd probably come in about, around $4 or $5 less than the other
Yeah,
ones too.
It does.
So,
It's definitely one of the cheaper bottles here on
Yeah.
the lineup. This sort of fruit definitely. Like, I side more with the Bethel Heights and the Raptor Ridge. I prefer sort of a softer and sometimes even a sweet edge to the fruit, like it's more ripe. The Lemelson is definitely a little more tart, little more young feeling, and for me today it's just not doing it.
Sure.
85 points.
okay.
And-
At
and-
that price,
and that's-
that's not even so bad.
And that's,
Yeah, right.
and that's entirely based on the fruit on this one. The structure is nice. There is a nice linearity and a nice feel on the palate, and the alcohol's not showing, surprisingly. But just the fruit is more accessible than the other ones.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go B+ on it. I think it's nice, and even though it kind of contradicts with the Bethel Heights, it's got kind of a darker fruit. I do kind of like the brightness or the red kind of tartness of the Lemelson.
That's totally just depending on what you like.
Right, yeah, a little more in my wheelhouse.
I was
Absolutely.
saying, actually, Irie brings that red
Yeah,
fruit,
right, exactly.
brings that red fruit in pretty regularly. That makes sense. I'm feeling, and I kind of like the fruit going on. I really like how accessible this is. I don't think it's just, there's quite as, it's a little less interesting wise, like he said, like linear, and I'm really feeling that. But at, a little bump of a price point, I think that makes sense. It's going to make it 87 points for me. But really happy with this lineup. I'd say any one of these wines, if someone's like, run to the store, grab a bottle of wine for dinner tonight,
Yeah.
any of these three I'd be happy with, and I'd feel really comfortable sharing with any table full of 6 people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I bet everyone could drink a glass and enjoy it.
Anybody who likes Willamette Valley Pinot Noir is gonna find something to like in any of these wines for sure.
Yeah, good character. So cool stuff.
Yeah. Great show.
Wrapping things up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a question for our viewers?
Yeah, I guess because we were talking earlier about kind of the Pinot pioneers, I guess, Irie, Bethel Heights. So I guess my question is, when you guys are out looking for wine, are you gonna grab something that's new that you've kind of been hearing about, maybe some buzzworthy wine, or are you more likely to go to one of those old standbys, somebody that's been around for a while? Kind of what's your take on those two sides of the coin?
Oh,
And if
excellent
you
question.
and if you have an old standby, what is it?
Yeah, who is it? That's good.
Yeah, that's cool. Sweet. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
See you next week.